Welcome to the General's Gentlemen.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Rise of Nations. Joining me today is going to be a special guest. His name is Prolaze. Hello, Prolaze.
Hello, the machine. I'm very happy to be here. So thanks for having me. I want to, I wanted to do a cast for a while now, so excited to do this.
Yeah, slightly less excited now though, because this is actually our second attempt. His game crashed a few minutes in, and I had the recording messed up anyway, so that's fine. We're getting back in here, and this is going to be a bit of a different style to the normal Rise of Nation cast that we do. Mainly because this game actually involves Prolaze, so he's going to be talking about why he did the things that he did, going over some of his decision making and thought processes. So it won't be the normal type, but you should get a lot of analysis, so hopefully you'll find this interesting. He's going to be the Iroquois, and his opponent is going to be Kaerunohito, who I still probably can't pronounce properly. He's going to be the Lakota.
Okay, so first of all, it's always interesting to watch, to look at the nations. We see Kaerunohito is Lakota, and Lakota is pretty much the best nation in Rise of Nations. I have Iroquois. It's also
Iroquois, is that how we pronounce it? Sorry.
I don't know. Iroquois, can you... I don't know, Iroquois, I guess. So,
yeah, I'm not sure what's right either, so we'll do our own thing.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, why is Iroquois decent? It's economical also. When you gather wood, you also get a little bit of food. Now, something to notice is we can see that Kaerunohito went for the Civics 1 very fast, and he's already building a city in my territory pretty much. You can see that it's next to my city Kagan. So he's going very aggressive, and he wants to push me back, take away some of my territory.
Yeah, so that's definitely interesting. You don't normally see that. Of course, Lakota, they are able to build buildings anywhere on the map, so you can be very aggressive in your city placement, where normally, obviously, you have to build the city in your territory. And so it's going to be really important for you to actually scout this in time. So I'm just keeping the vision from your perspective, so you can so I see when you get the information about this, because if this is unscouted, that could be pretty disastrous. I suppose you would probably tell by the border being receded though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, indeed, I can already see it by the border, so that information is already there, I guess. Well, I must admit I was kind of scared, because Lakota is very good, and I had to make some decisions. And I went for the standard meta, I guess. I went for standard stuff at start. I didn't do anything fancy. As we look at Kaerunohito, he skipped military 1 research, and he goes for the aging faster. So that makes him age faster, and he wants to get a medal, I guess, or put some staples down. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so why do you think he actually prioritized that fast age over military?
Well, a reason could be that, if you went for the military 1, it means that he wants to raid me, probably, or he wants to defend himself against my raids. It's one of the two. And because Lakota is such an aggressive nation, I could say, because they're very powerful in the ancient age, he knew that I wouldn't really risk raiding him, because I expected him to raid me. So he knew that he didn't really need to defend himself. But I guess he also didn't see any opportunities to raid me. There weren't any exposed areas. Everything is pretty close to my cities.
Yeah, so something I want to ask you is what's up with this barracks placement? How come you put the barracks behind the mountain there on the side?
You can already see that I actually I'm focusing on the first city, Makasika, and I want to rush it and get that cap sack. I want to get his capital. That's why I build it more to the side, so I guess those couple meters give me some advantage because I really was just focusing on getting his capital down, and that's all. So I built it further to the borders, so it's closer to his city, and you know it's close enough also to defend my city, so it's okay. Um, yeah,
Yeah, we
there
can...
is like a hardcore good reason for it. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a shame. You should have told us that that was the hardcore good reason. That would have been pretty impressive. So we have the spearmen, the heavy infantry. They're the best against the buildings themselves. So could be wanting to harass the city itself, I suppose. And we also have the barracks here from Kaerunohito on this forward city as well here. And interesting enough, we actually have the siege factory as well for Prolaze. So it looks like you're looking to get some catapults out and well, go for the forward city or go for the backward city. I'm not gonna even try and pronounce this name,
Yeah.
but I'll call it the forward city.
Yeah, I don't remember anymore, but I do remember my main goal was to get his capital. But I think that I didn't want to give away my plans, and I wanted to make him think that I would attack his forward city, city that is close to me. Let's look at the economies. You know, they are pretty equal. I mean, I have more food, but it's only 12 more. But his wood income is quite impressive. And his not thing. But anyway, as you can see, I started to siege his first city, and I know that I won't, you know, get the city right now at this point, but I just want to, you know, kind of like a deep. I want to make a lot of noise here. Attention on defending the city, but my main goal is to get his capital.
Yeah, we can see not many military units here for Kaerunohito. All he has at the moment is one's called a bowman. He has a second one now, but you caught him off guard for a moment there where he didn't have any squads on the field. I know before we started this video, you were saying that he's typically a very economy-focused player that generally does skimp out on military units early on. And you can definitely punish players that are like that, especially if they do have the forward city. So,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
University.
Also, if you can note, if you look at my unit, I made some decoys, and I'm seeing the city right now. And I'm hoping that that will keep him. Well, it's a cheap trick, and it doesn't really work very well. But I was like, why not? Maybe
Very clever.
he believes it. And
Yeah,
as you can see, my units are already moving in his direction, in the direction of his capital right now.
It's quite clever actually, because generally you see decoys used just to mix in with the main army, but we can see you're definitely shoving around these bowmen, and it's really catching him off guard. He has 3 bowmen, and they're all garrisoned in that small city. He hasn't actually pulled them yet, so he may get caught out of position. I think he has some scouts here though.
Yeah, that was a problem. He had an unfortunate scout at the right place at the right time, so he did see me coming, but I just took another route. Economy-wise, let's look. I went for the despot, and as we all know, if you choose a despot, you're actually going for the aggressive game. You don't get any economical benefits. He went for the Republic, I think, yeah, the Senator, so his resource income cap is much higher. So as you can see, the difference on the wood income is quite high. Yeah.
Yeah, he also went level 2 commerce as well, so That was a bit strange actually, because his commerce cap is 200, and yet he isn't anywhere near to it. Doesn't even have his wood maxed out. So that was perhaps a little bit too early. But I suppose he had a lot of the timber income, so he certainly had the timber to spare, and the commerce is only timber and knowledge. So not a huge deal as far as resources are concerned. And you actually still have some light horses here, still kind of shoving around. There's a few bowmen inside that main city, and I don't think he actually caught on to what your plan was here, because his capital is completely undefended, and he's taking up to the medieval age. This is going to be such a brutal timing here, where his army is tiny, his army's out of position, and he's taking up. We're actually not attacking him just yet. Why are you waiting here? Waiting for reinforcements, I suppose?
I think, yes, I wanted to have more certainty. But as you can see, the problem is when he will age, that city right there will become a big city, and it will take much longer to siege it. So,
okay.
there's a choice that I have to make. As you can see, I use the ambush, so my units become invisible. But as you can see, right when I started moving, I see that he aged already. But I'm also aging, and I decided to back off and upgrade my units first, and after that go for the attack. Meanwhile, I'm trying to distract him by sieging him. He does get my
Catapult.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's caught wind of what's happened here. He's actually pulling all of his bowmen now, which are actually just now finished upgrading to the heavy archers. So I think maybe you waited too long. He's realized what's up. Something else worth noting is you actually upgraded your archers and your heavy infantry as well to the classical age equivalent. Generally, you see players skip out on that and just wait for their medieval age upgrade. So you kind of you're being punished, I suppose, because you spent the resources on the classical age upgrades, which you didn't actually make use of.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. Well, I did lose some resources, I guess, but it's nothing critical. Just a sec.
So we see the army of Kaerunohito not really sure what it wants to do here. It's kind of pulling back and forwards. I think it's a lack of scouting information. He doesn't know where and when you're going to actually attack him. And we do have the scout in a really nice spot. The scout is definitely looking to find the army. He wants to get the information he needs to properly position his forces. He sees it now. He sees a big army of light cavalry. He doesn't see anything else, but I'm sure he can work out what that actually means. And
yes.
Meanwhile, yeah, you have a trebuchet upgraded now, so you're actually going to be attacking the large city from the bottom, and then I assume from the side as well. So it could be a bit of a pincer attack, and your army is still much smaller than, much bigger than Kaerunohito's, who has pulled ahead in economy, but he may just stand to lose this game here if he loses this city, which has all his production and all his army.
Yeah, also something with Lakota. You know, the villagers are really the pillar of the nation. So if you kill the villagers, it's hard to get back from that. And as you can see, that city is pretty much his economical base, and those woodcutter camps behind that city too. And I'm hoping to get just the the resources from capturing the city, and that will give me a massive boost to work further to improve my own economy.
Yeah, so you actually pulled back there. You didn't go for the siege. How come you didn't want to commit to that, despite having the 2 trebuchets and a much larger army?
Well, give me a sec, because I'm kind of lost right now.
We can pause it if you're out of sync, are you?
Yeah.
I'm at 12 minutes 52. Where are you at?
Let me check.
On the bottom left, it says the game time.
Okay. Yeah, sorry for that. Something
Sorry?
happened. And, I'll be right. I'm working on it right now.
Okay. All right, I'll just keep going then in the meantime. So
Yeah,
Prolaze, his whole army is here. He pulled back. Maybe he overestimated his opponent's army, who is now actually pulling back to the capital. He has to do something fast because he is definitely falling behind in economy. We have the 3 cities already here for Kaerunohito, still only 2 for our man Prolaze. Gearing up for the siege on the capital. 13 minutes 15. How are you going?
I'm coming there. I'm coming there.
Okay. And the army's getting pretty huge here. I wonder how close Kato is to his gunpowder age. Actually, he's pretty far off it. Needs 2 more library research, 500 food as well, so it's pretty costly with only level 2 silence. And again, we see that the same situation here for Kaerunohito. He doesn't actually know where to position his troops. Might it be worth him buying another scout? Alright, you good? 13 minutes 40.
Yeah, I'm almost there. But the problem is, he built this city so much forward, so to me, that yeah, he doesn't know. He can't defend both cities. That was a really big problem for him the whole game. He had to go back and forth between the 2 cities. And
right.
By the way, right now at 15 minutes.
1401, 1402, 1403.
Yeah,
so that sounds good to me. And now we have the siege of the capital. This is going to be interesting. And it looks like we have some villagers as well that would have scouted this. There's actually, the light cavalry, they're all decoys as well. They're looking for some kind of action here, but this capital is going down pretty fast, and there's nothing here to defend it. There is a turret, I believe.
Yeah, there's 1 tower, and a couple bowmen, and militia, but for the rest there is nothing to defend, and it's already obvious that I will get the city. Meanwhile, something worth mentioning is I will be making, I will be making units in my other city to start sieging his forward city. And here we can see I got the capital down, I got the resources, plus 500 of all resources.
Whoa! Yeah, that's a crazy amount. But now we have the cavalry going to be raiding. Are they going for the trebuchets just yet? The heavy infantry is actually going for the keep, but this is actually mainly ranged infantry, range cavalry rather. Yeah. So that's a really good counter to the heavy infantry, and you have a fair bit of bowmen though.
Yeah, and I'm just pulling back because I know he will destroy my troops. I just decided to fall back. And there's already a trebuchet coming to attack his forward city, while I'm falling back right here.
Yeah, I had no idea how much income you actually got from that. How does that mechanic work? What decides how much income you get from taking the city?
If it's the capital, it's always plus 500 of all resources. And from other cities, you also get some resources, but not as many. But the capital is is a big catch. So if you get a capital and you lose and you lose all your troops, it's still worth it basically because of all the resources you get. As you can see, he left his capital because he wanted to defend his forward city, and I'm already attacking his forward city, sieging it and building troops. He pulls back, thinking that I left, but as you can see, my army is there behind his capital.
Yeah, I actually followed his vision. That was a really sneaky play. You basically managed to cloak 2 trebuchets and a pretty sizable force as well, so that's going to be another sneaky attack in his back, which is still a capital, so you'll get a lot of money from that. It'll definitely force him to pull back. His army is getting pretty huge now, so that's definitely something to be a little bit wary of.
There is a small note. Once you get a capital once and you get the resources, you won't get the resources again if you capture it for the second time. But what I can do is, I take away his economy by attacking the city. As you can see, all his villagers that were mining and gathering wood, he made them into militia, and I will just slaughter them.
And
resources lost for him.
It also meant that he had to pull back his army, which has then allowed your trebuchets and your forward army to actually then take out the large city here of Waglu, or whatever the hell it's pronounced. So
Yes.
just by drawing his army back and forwards, as you said earlier, it's really putting him in a rough spot, and he's actually sending a lot of his militia to die here. This is perhaps not a very smart play. He should maybe just wait until his army arrives, or just pull them back towards his other city, because there's going to be a lot of his economy
Yes.
going down.
Yes.
As you said, Lakota, that they get a lot of their income from just having the villages, so keeping them alive is very important.
And also, now I captured the city of Wagluhe, and I'm about to. Well, I want to capture its capital again, but what I did is I damaged its economy very, very hard, and secondly, it gave me the opportunity to get this first city, this fourth city.
Yeah, that was a really nice play. He's down now to only 2 cities left. You have the Colossus as well, which is a great wonder to have. I mean, the wealth income is really handy. Just everything about it. Commerce cap, wealth cap. Population cap is not amazing, but it's generally, I think the wealth is the main reason why it's so sought after.
Big game breaker. Economy-wise, you can see that I pulled ahead of him by quite a big margin. If you look at the library researches, it's the same, as we can see, but he's much closer to the, in fact, he's already aging up. Oh, but so do I. So yeah, we started aging up simultaneously. But I'm now in a big advantage, and I know that I can just chill out. I don't have to do anything really. I should just work on my economy, and meanwhile just raid him a bit, keep him busy, and then I have this game in my pocket.
Yeah, so his army is pretty small here. He's got pikemen, bowmen, and the heavy, the ranged horses, the eagle feather horse. It just doesn't exactly sound that intimidating, does it?
No.
Oh no, a feather horse. Oh, be careful. But yeah, the gunpowder age is going to be finishing up now, so we should see the upgrades come through as well. That city is almost assimilated, so that's going to give you even more income. And actually, a castle's being built as well, so that's going to be nice. How come you decided to build the castle on this city rather than the one that you've just fortified, just assimilated? Because wouldn't that be a more vulnerable target?
Yes, that's a good point. But basically, I built that castle to get those general upgrades, and I'm pretty sure that I can defend myself. Also, that's my capital and all my military structures. So it basically protects my city that's more important to me. Like in the city that I just captured, I honestly just have a market, temple, university, not that important. And I want to get the cost down as fast as possible. Get upgrades, and with those upgrades, I would feel much more confident to fight. So, because I would have a big advantage in that case.
So you cut out there for a moment. Could you just repeat what you said there for the last 10 seconds or so?
So basically why I put that cost there is my capital is more important. I have more structures there, more military things, more of everything, and also my castle in that Wagluhe city. But I get my upgrades as fast as possible in the castle.
Yeah.
The upper upgrades. So that's why I built my castle there. But also, as you can see, Kaerunohito is going for my colossus. He wants to destroy my colossus very fast. But fortunately, I have seen him, but he doesn't know that I have seen him. So I'm just up behind him to destroy him.
Yeah, this is dangerous because he's getting flanked pretty hardcore here. He doesn't actually have any siege either. He's got a whole bunch of the musket horses, but when the pikemen are, at the back of the army, and you can definitely get caught off and torn apart here. So we have the cloak as well here from Prolaze. This is going to be a pretty one-sided fight, I think. We don't have the general's upgrade here for Kaerunohito either, so he doesn't actually have the bonus. Cannon's going to be opening fire, so now he sees the army, but he's actually going to be cornered off by now. And yeah, this is not going to be a fair fight by any means. Cannon's firing archers, pikemen, the light cavalry as well. Kaerunohito is getting completely decimated in this fight.
But we do see that his economy is already pretty much up to par with mine, except for his gold income. So he has actually recovered quite a bit from all the losses he has had already. But yeah, it's not enough, I think.
Yeah, that wealth disparity is pretty insane, actually. 174 against the 76, I believe it was, of Kaerunohito.
Yes,
82
yes.
now. And that's because of the fact that there's 3 cities and there's that Colossus. So it's definitely making a big difference where Kaerunohito, he's been stuck on the 2 cities now for a while. He hasn't got a 3rd city yet. Do you think he needs to get a 3rd city, or does he need to just focus more on defending these 2?
You should focus more on defending those 2, I think, and building up his economy. Of course, the 3rd city can help with building up your economy, and he, as you can see, he's actually started to build the 3rd city. In the, I guess the.
Oh yeah, I see that.
That side, the right side. But
When I get revealed, the army's actually on a direct collision course for this city. Yeah, it should get cancelled though. Not a big deal, but they're definitely delaying him. Whereas if he built it on the left side, he may have had a better time there. And there's mountains there as well, so it could have been a nice location for it. He cancels it, so he gets the refund. Is it a full refund if you cancel it?
If you cancel it before your villager starts building it, you get practically like 99% refund. But if it's already built, like halfway through, you get less of a refund. So it's basically based on how much the
on the percentage. Yeah. And that's what happened there. I think he was about 30%, so he actually would have lost out on resources then. He does actually have a pretty big bank of resources though. 500 food, 900 timber. He definitely needs to be spending that.
I guess he kind of gave up. I don't know, because yeah, he should be spending that, and it's I think he gave up at this point.
Right, especially since he lost that 3rd city.
Yeah,
Maybe he went on tilt.
He really wouldn't stack that many resources. That's very unlogical. Has no advantage at all. So it's pretty much GG, and the game will finish very shortly.
Yeah, he's actually not building any military units either. He's building another barracks and another stable, but not building units out of the buildings that he already has.
Look at him go. He started making musket horses. Like he's alive. He's alive. But it's already too late.
Yeah, there's a GG. There we go. So, yeah, very nice game by Prolaze. I can certainly see why you chose this replay. A bit of a pride cast, I suppose, to be like, yeah, check it out. I just wrecked Kaerunohito, but it was a very well played game. It definitely, as you said, having that city so far forward, it made him very vulnerable. But it was some really nice, exploiting and abusing the fact that his city was so far. The fact that you went for the capital was really clever because it was undefended. You got all that extra income. And also, drawing his army out with the decoys and then keeping your army hidden on the side of the map. That was so sneaky. That was really fun to watch.
Yeah, thanks. And it was also funny to see how he literally moved his army around between his 2 cities. Like almost comical kind of. So yeah, I really enjoyed casting this game. So thanks for having me, and yeah, anything you want to add?
No, it's been fun. We have another replay to cast as well after this one, and I guess you would recommend against Lakota building their second city that far forward for any aspiring Lakota players. Any advice?
Let me think. Well, not really against. There are a couple of things that you should consider. For example, if there's a very important rare, like in the middle, you could secure that rare by building your city there, by building forward. Also, when you do this, you really don't want to, you want to change your capital. You want to build your senate in your forward city, because that's the city you will defend the easiest. And in your original city, you want to get some towers down. And if you do this also, important is to keep putting pressure on your enemy so that he doesn't have time to plan, make an army, and move all the way to your capital. If you put pressure on him, he will be busy defending himself. And in that case, if you do those things, it's definitely a good tactic or strategy to put your city forward like that.
Yeah, so I guess it comes back to Kaerunohito being a player that does really favor economy, which normally is a good thing, but in a situation like that, not quite. Like we saw your economy was actually a bit far behind as that attack happened, but it did enough damage, was able to pull it back. But I think that'll wrap it up. We have ranted for long enough. Hope you have enjoyed the video, and of course thanks to Prolaze for joining me.
Yeah,
if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe for more Resonations and more RTS content. We do a bunch of different games here on the channel, and if you are a fan of us and you have been for a while, then do consider a backing on Patreon, since I am doing RTS content and shoutcasting full-time every day of the channel, so any help there would be greatly appreciated. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, bye-bye.